Three things I do daily to feel amazing at 59, 5 years postmenopause. So I've shared these three things, which are very simple. Like you can do them too on Instagram and Facebook as short little reels. But I wanted to come here onto YouTube where I can go into a little more detail so that you can watch this and take some action. Because that is the whole goal here at Happy, Healthy, and Hot. I've been creating content for almost 10 years. And I do this because I want you to have information that you can take and run with and implement so that you can love your body and your life at any age. So these three tips that I'm sharing, they work for anyone, men and women, any age. But I have to say, I just turned 59, and again, 5 years postmenopause, and I can honestly say that I've never felt better. Not just physically, I'm getting better sleep, I'm have steady energy, mentally, emotionally, all of the things. So, and these are so simple. So here they are. I'm going to list them, but then we're actually going to talk about how to make these things work. So simple. Number one, prioritize protein and produce. You know, I was going to say that. Number two, I walk a lot. Again, we talk about walking all the time. And number three, daily planks. Okay, so these three things are so simple and they're basically free. I mean, prioritizing protein and produce, you buy food, like you're buying food regardless. And it's not expensive to eat this way. Um, Walking is free, planks are free. And yet this stuff is so simple, and that's why it works. You can do this every day. You can do this at home. You can do this when you travel. I'm going to Italy next week. I'll be doing these things. I may not hold a plank every day in my hotel, but I could. I've done them on the beach. I do them by the pool. I do them wherever because it's fun. So let's start with the first one. Prioritize protein and produce. I can't stress this to you enough that the biggest thing that's impacting your body composition is what you're putting into your body every damn day, what you're eating. And when I say prioritize protein and produce, first of all, it starts with protein. And I'm talking about real food. And I'm talking about animal protein. So let's just get clear on that. I was vegetarian, sometimes vegan, for over 30 years. And you know what? Plant protein's kind of bullshit. I'm sorry. Somebody had to say it. I'm not saying it's not a thing. Yes, plant protein's a thing. There is protein in plants. And if you're thriving on it, keep keep on doing what you're doing if it's working for you. As I said, vegetarian, sometimes vegan for over 30 years, and I was a pretty healthy vegetarian or vegan. Um, but I am better on animal protein. I've been eating animal protein and lots of it for over 15 years now. And as I said, I have never felt better. We are talking about body composition. We're talking about mood. We're talking about mental clarity, energy, all of the things. So when I say prioritize protein and produce, it starts with the protein. Build, again, you can do this or not. I'm sure it's working for me, but what's also helped my clients, men and women, different ages, but most of them, late 40s, 50s, and beyond. Build your meals around high quality, protein dense foods. Yes, we're talking beef. We're talking fish. We're talking eggs. Those are my top three. Eggs aren't the highest in protein, but they are so nutrient dense, the egg yolk, that they're one of my favorite foods. But again, if you can't eat eggs, that's fine. Fish, food for the brain, and it is packed with protein. Fish is one of the most things like albacore tuna, like even salmon, really packed with protein. You get a lot of protein for not a lot of calories. And I love beef. I feel really good eating beef. And if you're looking to lose weight, I'd recommend going for the leaner cuts. Like I get the leaner ground beef. Um, and then of course there's poultry, there's chicken and turkey. I'm not as big a fan of poultry, but like I eat it. Um, I feel better like on the beef, fish, and eggs. That's where I feel like my brain is on fire. Look, like some of the protein, the higher protein dairy, if you tolerate it. So I do include cottage cheese and Greek yogurt, but if you don't tolerate dairy well, that's fine. You can totally not do dairy. If I do too much dairy, my skin breaks out a little bit, so I've got to keep an eye on it. And then fill in with colorful fruits and veggies. So instead of the giant salad with itty bitty bit protein on top. Do a smaller, well-crafted, beautiful salad topped with double protein. Um, I aim for 1 gram. A great goal is to aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight each day. So just as an example, say you want to lose some weight, and I'm just throwing numbers out here. Say you weigh 155 pounds, you want to get down to 140. A great protein goal would be 140 grams of protein per day. Again, from real food. You don't need the protein shakes, bars, all of that stuff. I'm not saying protein powders are bad, and there are a few that some are bad, but there are a few that I can wholeheartedly recommend. And if you ever want recommendations, let me know. I do personally supplement with some collagen peptides every day, not because I need the extra protein, but because we're not getting those amino acids from our food typically, unless you're like making your own bone broth every week, which I'm personally not doing. If you are, that's awesome. But again, so build your meals around these protein dense foods, fill in with the colorful fruits and veggies. I'm not saying you can't have carbs, but a bonus tip, and this is really going to help you along the weight loss, is cut out the crappy processed carbs. When you eat dough, you look like dough. And somebody needed to say it. I'm not eating a lot of dough. Um, there's some healthy treats in my cookbooks. They're all grain-free, gluten-free, my 50-calorie brownies, my better peanut butter cookies. But honestly, like when you are prioritizing protein, you don't even want even the clean treats because you just feel so good and cravings go away. So again, the benefits of eating this way makes it easier to build and maintain muscle, even while you're losing weight, even while you're burning fat. Cravings go away. And that's partly due to the protein leverage hypothesis that states that our bodies are going to continue seeking food until our protein needs are met. You're going to have better mental clarity. No more brain fog. Menopause brain fog, never had it. I did have some perimenopause brain fog back in those vegetarian vegan days, to be honest. Um, and you have a steadier energy, everything. It's just really, really good. So number two, so of the three things that I do daily to feel amazing at 59, number two is I walk a lot. So my personal goal is 15,000 steps a day. And I'm not saying you need to start there, and I'm not even saying you need to do that, but I do believe a range of 8 to 10,000 a day is very attainable for anybody, for most people. And walking is underrated. This is about so much more than the calorie burn. Although it is great, walking is great for truly burning fat because it's not elevating our cortisol. It's not like it's this steady state cardio that we can do for a really long time. Longer walks are going to be better for fat burning, but if you can't get out for a long walk every day, don't even worry about it. All the steps count. They all add up. So first of all, I would just highly encourage you use the pedometer app on your phone, or like if you use an Apple Watch, I just use an iPhone. There's a pedometer app already built into there. And just look at where your steps are right now on average. And then look to increase that by about 1,000 steps a day, like for a week, and then another 1,000, and so on until you get to 10,000 or 15,000 or whatever your goal is. And people always say to me, Elizabeth, how do you possibly have time for 15,000 steps a day? Well, I'm not getting them all in at once. I mean, there are days where I do, but that's extremely rare. So here's how I do it. I get a good walk in every morning, no matter what the weather, because I have a little dog. So Tyson needs to go out for a walk when we first get up. He has to pee and poop and do all those things. So then while I'm already dressed for the weather, Tyson's walk involves less sniffing and peeing and all those things. He's a little boy dog. We take Tyson in. He gets his treat. He's ready for a nap. And I go right back out. I'm already dressed for the weather. Is it hot out? Cool. I'm in my crop tank and shorts. Is it freezing? Awesome. I've got a puffer coat and Uggs. Like whatever the weather, I'm already dressed for it because I walk my dog. So I just go back out there. And what I love about this is I don't have time to think about it. I don't have time to talk myself out of it. I've just woken up. I might have had a few sips of my coffee because I usually turn on the coffee first. I don't have time to talk myself out of it. I don't have time to get distracted. And it's such a positive time because I use that time to also listen to something positive on YouTube, like some affirmations or something. I don't use earbuds though. I don't want the sound right in my ears because I also want to hear nature sounds. Sometimes I just walk in quiet and listen to whatever's going on in nature. Um, so that's how I get a great start to my day. And then the rest of the day, I kind of let the steps add up as they will. If I'm out running errands, I'm going to park further away. I get an extra lap around Target, Costco, Walmart, wherever I am. Um, I will walk while I'm listening to voice messages. I'll walk while I'm replying to messages. I will, you just find different ways to get the steps in. I schedule walks with friends. Let's normalize a walking date with our friends to catch up on stuff instead of coffee or a drink. I mean, you could have coffee or the drink afterwards, like you can do both. But I'm just saying, like, you look for ways to build this in. And it just starts to, I would say it feels so good to feel so good. You just want to do it more. So you don't have to spend hours a day walking 1 day a week. I do a hilly walk with a friend. That's scheduled. That's like Tuesday afternoon. We do this. Pretty much rain or shine. And I should add too, a couple other things that have improved my walks even more just recently. I have done that hilly walk for a long time, once a week, but I thought, well, I really feel good walking hills. It definitely builds muscle. Why don't I just add some hills in every day? So I found some little hills in my neighborhood, not as challenging as I do in this weekly walk, but I work some hills into my morning walk every day. That has helped me to build a better booty at 58. At 59, I'm sorry. I'm 59 now. I turned 59 yesterday. And then also I should have grabbed them as a you know, um, little prop, little visual thing, but I've started wearing not start. I've been using them for a few years, but I've really stepped it up. I'm with wearing barefoot shoes. So I'm going to drop a link in the captions, the ones that I use. Um, these have absolutely made a difference. I have built a better booty with barefoot shoes. I'm not kidding you. I've built a better booty with barefoot shoes, like walking more, hilly walks. But yes, they have made an absolute difference. I just feel I get a better all-around workout using the barefoot shoes. Our feet are not designed to be all cushioned and enclosed. They're designed to like spread out a little bit and move. And there is actually some science behind like when you engage your big toe, that somehow engaging your glutes. Don't ask me how this all works. Read the book Born to Walk. Um, that is a great one by Mark Sisson and Brad Kearns. That is a great one to learn more about walking and the benefits of it. And it's written by some legit endurance athletes. So excellent book. But anyway, so I walk a lot and some other benefits of walking. Take the sunglasses off, get your eyes out, let that natural light in your eyes. That is going to help to balance your circadian rhythm, which is going to improve your sleep, helps to balance hormones. Listen to those nature sounds. That is very regulating to your nervous system. Walking also boosts energy, helps to regulate stress, regulate our emotions, all of the things. And then lastly, I hold a plank every single day. I would say planks are better than spanks. And by spanks, I mean shapewear, because when you do planks, they're such a great core move that strengthens your entire core. So these are my 59-year-old post-breakfast abs on a random, let's say, Friday morning. So planks are better than spanks. Planks are such a great full body move that just uses your own body weight. So it is great for your back. I have muscles in my back that I didn't know I had until I saw a video of myself. Your shoulders, your triceps. So we're not getting those granny arms, but then it's also working your core, your quads. And people always ask, how long should I plank? Do I plank every day? Like, how long do you plank? Any plank is a good plank, but let's break this down a little bit. Um, Three basic types of planks. Straight arm plank, that's when you get into push-up position and just hold it. That's like the traditional plank. That's working your entire core. A forearm or elbow plank, I think some people call that a military plank. That focuses more on those like frontal six-pack muscles. And then the side planks where you're doing one side at a time, and they're the hardest. However long you can hold a straight arm plank, you're probably gonna be able to do a side plank for about half that. They're gonna work these obliques, so you get these lines. And they're all good. I personally don't really like the forearm or elbow planks, and I skip those a lot. Um, But I think it's great to mix it up. But if you do nothing else, do that straight arm plank. As far as how long, however long you can hold it. I've done some challenges in the past where on Instagram where I like challenge everybody to hold a plank daily for a week. And what is so great is if you time yourself, like be honest, use the stopwatch on your phone, see how long you can hold a plank. I don't care if it's 10 seconds, a minute, doesn't matter. Do that every day and just aim to increase by a few seconds, and you'll be amazed at what a difference you can make in just a week or two. And this is very powerful, especially for women. I think it really boosts our confidence. But you don't have to be setting any records. Like my record when I did that in a challenge was 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And I was like, damn, go me. And I was shaking. And I know some people can do it much longer than that. But do I do that every day? Hell no. But I do hold a plank at least every day, at least one. It might only be 30 seconds, but I do it. I do it because, like, use it or lose it, people, just do a plank. Like, you can do this before you hop in the shower. You don't have to have time to work out. Just hold a plank. Like, you have 30 seconds, hold a plank. So, those are the three things that I do every day to feel amazing at 59, 5 years post-menopause. But these are just universal. These work for men, these work for women, any age. These are simple things. They basically cost nothing. Because again, you're already spending money on food. Prioritize protein and produce. And doing that, the other thing I want to say about prioritizing protein and produce, you can do it wherever you are. Five-star restaurant, convenience store, fast food, obviously not my first choice, but you can make it work anywhere. I have had the most fabulous week dining out for my birthday and more to come next week. And I've been able to prioritize protein and produce everywhere I went. I had a lobster Cobb salad yesterday at Hotel Hershey. It's one of my favorite meals. Prioritizing protein and produce, steamed mussels. We skipped the bread that came along with it. Who needs that? Sunday, I was at the most fabulous steakhouse in King of Prussia, Davios, Northern Italian Steakhouse. Oh my goodness, so good. Tuna tartare. Prioritizing protein and produce. It was on a bed of avocado that was perfection. Oysters in the half shell. There's some high quality protein for you. And the most perfect fillets with asparagus and mushrooms. Like, thank you, more please. I was in New York a few days before that. Um, Caviar at the Louis Vuitton Cafe with a beautiful fruit plate. Burrata and prosciutto with melon at a rooftop bar. So, oh, the most beautiful Niçoise salad from one of my favorite places, Angelina. It's in New York and Paris, with seared tuna, quail eggs, steamed green beans, some little roasted tomatoes, Kalamata olives, and lettuce. Again, prioritizing protein and produce. You can do this anywhere. So I'm going to drop links to my cookbooks in the caption, both of my cookbooks, because they're going to help you prioritize protein. But also drop links to those barefoot shoes that I love. Thank you so much for watching. Drop any questions in the comments. Please subscribe to me here on YouTube if you like my content. Let's show YouTube that this is relevant. You can love your body and your life at any age. This is 59, no filters.